Before starting my session, I want to say the many thank you for the organizers to have a super nice event, nice WordCamp event. Thank you. Today, I will talking about no-code SaaS and full-site editing. It is a fundamental part. Then today I will talking about two things. One thing is the subscriptions, and other things is SaaS, software as a service. And the key message is using the no-code tool, so you can focusing on your business, what you want. And this is today's agenda. First, I will talking about why we start the subscriptions. And the second part is showing the example to creating the subscription site using the WordPress and full-site editing. And finally, talking about it's time to read from the no-code. Let me introduce myself. My name is Hidetaka, come from Japan. I'm working on the Stripe as a developer advocate or DevRel. Let's begin my talk. Why we start subscriptions? Does anyone start or running the subscription business, your company or your business? Okay, it's good time. In fact, according to the report from the Zuora, the report showing the company who providing the subscription service is increasing more faster than the traditional companies. And there's, of course, there's so many reasons, but it's one of the good example and a good reason to increase in the faster is this is pricing model. First, the traditional model is pricing per package, and other side, the subscription company is new metrics, pricing and per license and the time. So the differences is a pricing model. Traditional company is unit amount by quantity. But the subscription company is adding the new part, the time. So the user using your service for a long time, we can get more revenue and get more profit. That's why and of course, the increase in the member or subscriptions, we can get the profit and the stacking. That's why the company who providing the subscription is growing faster. Let's look at the example of the past company we call the DigitalCube. The company 10 years ago, they providing the WordPress development service. They're creating the over 100 plugins and contributing the 9 open source projects and making the WordPress site for the Japanese media site or Japanese agency. But it's hard to scale up because the development service depends on the resource of the developer who working in their company. So maybe 7 or 6 years ago, they starting the new service we call the Amimoto. This is a hosting service for developers. They starting the WordPress hosting service by monthly and by annual. And they start to promote to the not only WordPress community, but the AWS community and the other developer community in Japan. And they get new customers, not only Japan, because this type of the package and the subscription service can sign in don't contact to the sales member or marketing, but the customer can start the service by themselves. So they can get a new chance to get more customers not only Japan, but worldwide. But they still have issues. The issue is they talking about performance and specifications, but the many companies members who working on the marketing or sales or writer don't understand or hard to understand the specification or what WordPress is. So finally they will start for the new SaaS for all publishers. The name is a Sifter. Sifter talking the not productivity. They are talking the story. WordPress remain the maintenance cost or maintenance resource, but compared to your site as a static site, we don't have to maintain the WordPress, and we can focusing on the creating the content, the publishing the content, the distribute or promote our products. So they having the two services. One is Amimoto for the developers, and the other side is Shifter for all publishers, and they still increasing the revenue and the company's members. The takeaway, and the CEO Hiromichi say, starting the subscription service or SaaS, we can focusing on the talking about the user story or the blueprint or what we can success. But before the WordPress development or helping the agency, we have to focusing on the specification or WordPress performance or how we have a skill to development WordPress. So we can focusing on the what users want. Okay. Let's take a look at the 3 examples to creating the premium membership site. First is using the no-code SaaS service. For example, this is a simple native WordPress site. Only see the public post, but if users subscribe any membership, you can see the private post. Let's take a look at how to create it. The step 1, using the subscription form based on the Stripe or Shopify or any other URL-based subscription form. And then using the iPaaS, like a Zapier or Yom or any other good SaaS service, to integrate in the payment service and the WordPress site to create the new users for the subscribers. Then, using the user role editor any other similar plugin to modify the user role to add the role with private posts for the subscribers. Then we can the subscribers and the member can see the private posts if they log in to the WordPress site. And finally, we just write the premium membership post as a private post. This is a really simple way to start to the subscription service. And if the several payment SaaS providing the customer my page, like this one, so if user want to download the invoice PDF or changing the plan or unsubscribe our membership, you just add a link for this type of the SaaS hosted my page. And in case of Stripe, they have a embedded pricing table, so we can provide a multiple plan for the subscribers. So using the link base, the SaaS service is easy to get started new paid media or premium membership. But of course, we remain the issues. The issue is it's hard to customization. because payment interface, my page interface depends on the SaaS specifications. And of course, we don't write any code. So the website looks like that depends on the WordPress specification or plugin specifications. So go to the next step. Next way is using the WordPress plugin. For example, paid membership pro. This is one of my personally favorite plugin to provide in the premium membership. It's easy to create the membership required block. You can place the member-only post inside this block, and we can modify the membership level. So if you want to change in the content that depends on the membership level, we just place the content inside this block and check in the membership level. It's really easy way to making the paywall in the WordPress site. And this type of plugin usually providing the page generation features. For example, this plugin creating the tools for over the 8 page for managing their customer information or membership level or profile. So we can focusing on the writing the content or creating the user interface. And some plugins have pre-built the membership level features. So if you want to free trial, just select the free. And if you want to the annual and the monthly, choosing the monthly and the annual. So using the useful plugin is an easy, faster way to set up and configure and get ready. But of course, we need to look for the good plugin to match your business or your website, what you want. So sometimes it might be the long trip to looking for the best plugin. And the final way is creating the new custom block. So if you want to customize, you can create in the dynamic block, like in the PHP code. And yes, this in the checking the render dynamic block, checking the membership level, and if the membership level is matched, you can run the block. But if not, show in the another upsell or subscription form contents. Of course, it's fully customizable, but it's no code. So you can choose the 3 ways. Using the URL-based or ranking SaaS service is the most fastest way to start a subscription business. And using the powerful plugin and look for the powerful plugin is the easiest way to start a membership or premium site. And if you want to more customizable or more complex pricing or complex subscriptions, sometimes you need to write the PHP code or JavaScript code. Oops, my speaking is a little bit faster. And finally, let's talking about how to expand the business. Using the no-code tool is a really faster way and the easiest way to start the subscription and the membership program. But sometimes we want to customize the workflow or customize the user interface or providing the complex pricing model. We need to think about how to migrate from the no-code service. And in my experience, this case is it's time to migrate from the no-code service. One is customizing the design or user experience. And Yes, complex subscription plan is like in the usage base or tier base or package based pricing. It's the several payment gateway service providing this type of the pricing model, but the no-code service or plugin service is usually doesn't provide in this type of the complex plugin. So if you want to provide in the pricing model like you can read premium blog post depends on what you read. So you need to track the user what we read in this month and put in the calling the API to track what user, how many posts did user read at month and calculate the pricing. It's time to migrate from the no-code service. And sometimes we like to use a all-in-one plugin or all-in-one platform. That's an uncomfortable part of the using the no-code tool because if you want to create in the membership site or subscription site, sometimes we need to use multiple SaaS like Stripe, Zapier, or sometimes the Kinton or Line, WhatsApp, and so many SaaS accounts, and we need to manage the type of account. But if you create a custom plugin or custom tools inside of WordPress, you can unify the management interface inside of WordPress. It's like a WooCommerce or like a Premium Membership Pro. So if you want to unify tool or depends on the audit, you need to unify to create the plugins. And thinking about the migrations, the most important part is where is the customer's data hosted in. For example, the WooCommerce saving the customer data like a billing address, the name or email address inside the WordPress database. Then in case of the Shopify or Stripe or PayPal, they host the customer's data inside their service data. So if you want to read from no-code or no-code plugin, you need to migrate their customer data or pricing data, or sometimes we need to pick up the payment information like a credit card or bank transfer or like that. So you need to think about for example, this is an example of the Stripe, the various checkout interface. You can sync the data through the webhook or WordPress filters to the back office service. So we can sync this type of the data from the PayPal or Shopify or WooCommerce or any other plugin to providing the premium membership. And they're sending this data to using the hook or webhook to the WP user or any other the database you hosted. So if you want to provide in the subscription service or any other payment service using the no-code tool or no-code SaaS and a plugin, you need to think about the using the iPaaS to sync this type of data or how to export this type of data. So today I talked about the fundamental of the starting the no-code and creating the subscription site using the full-site block themes. That of course you want to know, and I want to know what's the plugin is really best for my subscription site or my web applications. Today is a WordCamp Asia. Today is the day talking about the WordPress. So I want to ask you about your experience about using the providing the subscription service or creating the plugin or full site editing. And let's talking about this topic about WordPress, subscription, SaaS, and also payment. Okay, little bit early, but I published the presentation in this QR code, and I have a Twitter account and email. So if you're curious about my presentation or no-code SaaS more deeply, please feel free to mention me, or let's talk in the sponsor areas. Thank you for listening my presentations.